Paid Míle Fáilte, 100,000 welcomes.
I would like to take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to wish all of you a very warm hello.
Australia!
Welcome. This is Padraig. This is Eurovision 365, and we are live across YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. Welcome. I am live on YouTube. Yes, I am. You're very welcome to join me wherever you're watching this from, whether you're on YouTube or you're on Facebook via the link or here on TikTok. It's great to have you here. So there are just 7 days until the grand final of Eurovision 2024. Just sit for a moment and think about that. 7 days, my friends, until we will be, well, this time 7 days from now, we actually will be 1 hour and 11 minutes into the live broadcast. Wow. Do you know what's funny? I always think when it comes to the Eurovision itself that when one contest ends, so I'm thinking at this moment about Liverpool. When the contest ended in Liverpool, I was thinking, it's quite a long time until the next contest. Of course it is. It's about 12 months, roughly speaking. So it feels like a long time. But then what happens is the national final season, selections, artist confirmation, song reveals are happening earlier and earlier. So the actual time between one contest to the next doesn't feel so long at all. And I think I have that in mind whenever I say, wow, it's flying through. So welcome, Kieran, Carolyn, you are watching this. When is Eurovision on? Asked Peter Mick83. Eurovision Song Contest final starts. The semi-final, Peter, is the Tuesday, the 7th of May. That's the first semi-final. Then the second semi-final is on Thursday, the 9th of May, and then the grand final is 7 days. 7 days, people! 7 days until the grand final of Eurovision 2024. Wow. So tonight, I just wanted to go live because I want to go through some of the things that have been happening today in rehearsals. I'm sure you've seen photographs, you may have seen footage of the second rehearsals for the Big Five, the UK, Spain, France, Germany, Italy, and of course, host nation Sweden. And yeah, wow. All I can say is wow. I've got some photographs and I'm looking forward to sharing those with you. I want to know your thoughts as well. So let me know your thoughts on everything that's going down so far. Peter says, I just watched the main thing. That's okay. He says, you're feeling the Austria rave song this year. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I will be honest with you. When I first heard We Will Rave, I wasn't loving it. And I have to say, I thought this is going to be a bit like Pia, Maria, and Lumix, where it's going to be a huge thing. But then on the night, it's not going to be performed so well. Now, the first couple of pre-parties that she performed in, Colleen, I wasn't loving it. But, before I go any further, before you say anything, I will say at the Eurovision in concert where Colleen also performed in Amsterdam, she was awesome to the point where the whole place felt like it was bouncing in unison to that song. Very, very good indeed. So I think Austria for me is a borderline qualifier at this moment. But yeah, very, very good. And surprised me, I have to say, from my initial thought. Kieran says over here on YouTube, Bombay's still in hospital, or are they out? I'm not sure if they're out or not. Bombay was admitted to hospital earlier this morning, the early hours of this morning, after becoming ill after eating something. So we wish them well here from Eurovision 365. Excuse me. Hopefully Bombay is okay for Tuesday. I'm sure they will be. Peter says Windows 95, man. Yeah. Orgyard, hello as well, by the way, I should say. It's good to have you here. Joyceum, welcome. Amington, I think, is in the house as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Lurk is here. And Irish Jersey, you are here as well on TikTok. And thank you so much for joining me here on YouTube, on Facebook, and of course on TikTok. Yeah, 7 days to go. Hello, hello, Amington. Good to have you here. Anne McGee is on TikTok as well. Welcome on. It's great to have you here, and thank you so much for all your support, Anne. It means a lot. It doesn't go unnoticed, let me tell you. So let me see. Let's have some footage, some pictures from today. Just bear with me a little second till I get them up. Bombay scaring us all, says Kieran. Yeah. Let me see. Irish Jersey Collector says, can't wait to arrive in Copenhagen Monday. You're going to enjoy it. You are going to enjoy it. So you are, Irish Jersey. You will have the best time. I know there's quite a lot of fans, including Eurovision 365. We are based in Copenhagen, but to be honest, we're spending all of our time at Malmo. When I say based, I mean we sleep here in Copenhagen, and then we basically we're in Malmo the rest of the time. But the train across from Copenhagen to Malmo is pretty straightforward. It's quite quick as well. Most of my friends hate it. Just nice to have people to talk about it with. Oh, look, that's a lovely thing. I'm so glad that you are here in the company of fellow Eurovision fans. You are very, very welcome here. So you are, very much so. Hello, James Taylor. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you are good. Well, I should say, if you're watching me on TikTok, you feel free to come across to YouTube as well. Subscribe to the channel, if you want to, of course. It'd be a much more visual experience than what you have me with this white backdrop in the hotel. But you're very welcome to join me wherever you feel comfortable joining me from. So this is Paul Rigg. This is Eurovision 365, and I am live. And yeah, 7 days to go, my friends, until the grand final of Eurovision 2024, when we will be well into it by this time next week. Yeah, it's up. Anybody, I don't know what it is. I think any of 10 songs could win this year, and I don't think I'll be surprised. I don't think I'll be surprised by the winner. Some countries I want to win more so. I think that's probably more down to do with my heart rather than my head. But yeah, we'll come to that. We'll come to that. Jim says he's very nervous for Denmark in the semis. Well, actually, it's funny you say that, because earlier today, we had the pleasure of bumping into Melanie Webb, who you'll know from Melody Festival, but it's also the songwriter of Sand, and she was performing tonight along with Paul Ray. Actually, love those people. We love those people. But she seemed pretty relaxed, I have to say, earlier on whenever we bumped into her about everything. And as I said, Melanie was singing at the Malmohagen event over in Copenhagen. So she was. So yeah, the same pretty relaxed about things. Kieran asks, would you say if Bombay isn't discharged, would you say they would play the rehearsal? Probably. That would be what they would do. Of course, I suppose they would do that if they were to fall ill with COVID. They would probably do that. Just as you say that, PJS says over on TikTok, Bombay Thug with Doomsday Blue to win Eurovision 2024 for Ireland. There definitely is a momentum growing with Bombay Thug and Ireland. Let me just check the odds right now. I'm just going to refresh the odds. I think they were 7th the last time I looked. Yeah, Ireland is now currently in 7th, 7th favourite to win. They have overtaken Israel, who are in 8th. Greece has also fallen in the betting odds, and UK has come up, rightly so. since the first rehearsal was shared. I think it's going to come up a bit further again, a bit higher again, following the second part. Okay, so I'm going to share some photographs of the rehearsals today and also some other nice moments as well. If I can find them. Yeah, I think that's us here now. Okay, so here is, I'm going to start off with the United Kingdom. Ollie Alexander with Dizzy, and the stills that have been shared by Eurovision.tv. The credit goes to them for these images. They are playing a blinder with keeping us up to date. And also, as I'm talking about UK and any of these countries, please do share your thoughts as well. Actually, James over on TikTok says he wasn't keen on Ollie's vocals today. Anthony Lloyd says, love it. Kieran is over in TikTok now. Welcome, Kieran. Wherever you're watching this from, as I say, you're very welcome. I am broadcasting live on YouTube, on Facebook, I had to think for a second there, and on TikTok. So you're very, very welcome. So do keep me company with your thoughts. Lurkin Smirkin says, Ollie's clip giving the hub in a washing machine vibes. Kind of love the staging. Do you know what? I absolutely adore the staging of the UK this year. It's kind of, we were actually me and Steve were actually chatting today, and by the way, just mentioned Steve. Steve was live earlier on for the first live he had done earlier on this morning. So I hope you're able to catch that. But yeah, we were chatting earlier on actually about the staging. Anthony, unique staging, very unique, very, very unique. Orgard says, fan of Ollie, but I'm not mad for the concept he has for staging. James says, dare I say it, some of the best staging we've ever seen. Anthony echoing that and says, best UK staging, and it will stand out as everyone has wide shots. Well, I have to say the first thought I had when I saw Ollie staging from the first clip was, oh, this is a bit much. I've got to be honest, it's a bit much. I'm not sure what I feel about this, but very quickly after that initial thought, I was thinking this is very, very daring. It's very, very powerful. It is dizzying as well, because like, are they upside down? Are they standing straight? Are they moving? Is the stage moving? Is the structure moving? Are they moving? I have to say, James, I have to agree with Anthony here. Best UK staging, I was standout. I agree. And James is saying, I think they're going for a music video look on the TV. Absolutely. And hello, Keen. Welcome. Hello, Ireland calling. Hello, Russia calling. You're very, very welcome here to join us as always, Keen. Lafford Magic. Keen is actually admin on the Facebook group Eurovision 365 Debate. Adam Green says you've not had any community posts in a while. That's very true. But Adam, I hope you are encouraged by the amount of blog posts that we are posting and video content here on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok, on Instagram. So hopefully you have enough to cover your sort of desires, shall we say. Would Eastern Europe vote for it? Asks Anthony. Why not? Why would it not? Eastern Europe, I'm sure, would like it as much as Western Europe. I just love it. I think I have to say, from what I've seen of all the footage, and this is based on about 30 seconds today and 20 seconds the other day. So I hasten to add, we need to see the full 3 minutes to properly dissect, digest, and sort of make an opinion. But from what I've seen today, I would say it's probably the best staging this year out of all of it. It actually reminds me a little bit of the box that Sweden has. It's kind of that same kind of look, but there's much more going on. You can tell there's a lot going on. You can tell that the BBC, that the UK have really invested in this, and probably the record label as well. Anthony Lloyd says it's tracking in social media. My Twitter feed was just UK. That's so interesting. Lurkin says, I'm sure if they can digest Polish milkmaids, this is fine. That's the thing. Absolutely agree. 100%. Oops. 100%. Yeah, as me and Steve were saying actually earlier on, I started saying that story or telling that story. We were saying it's the vibe of this performance is a bit like Frankie Goes to Hollywood meets the Pet Shop Boys meets the Communards meets Erasure. It's that kind of 80s vibe going to it, and I think it's out there. I think it is out there. I think it's memorable as well, though, and I'd be interested to see how it goes down. UK, I would say, they've been drawn first half, so they'd be hoping to go on later in the first half, like 9 or 13 would probably be a good place for them to be. But we'll see. We will see. Anthony says, I don't think it will win, even though I obviously wanted to. That's the thing. That's the thing. Keane says, loves the colours used in the UK staging. Absolutely. It's very impactful. White and red is actually a very lucky colour, very lucky colours to use at the Eurovision as well. Very much stand out. So they are. And I don't think people will forget that performance in a hurry, actually, for better or for worse. Lurkin Smirkin is asking, what's your biggest surprise from rehearsals? My biggest surprise from rehearsals is Ireland, who I absolutely love the staging for. Azerbaijan, I'm loving as well. Croatia, loving. Who else? Georgia, absolutely adore. Has to qualify. Please qualify, Georgia. It's about time. We need it. And surprise me on the other side would be Holland. For me, is the biggest surprise. An upset because I think it's quite messy. I see. I understand the end part looks like it's emotional, but I just think it's a bit messy, and I really fear for Joost now, I have to say, in terms of how well he's going to do. I also want to add, I love Joost. It was great to chat to him, met him at Eurovision concert, spent a long time waiting. But yeah, love Joost. So we'll see. We'll see. What is your favorite this year? Croatia, I really would love to see win. I really would. Robbie, staging has elevated an already amazing. Sorry, Ukraine staging has elevated an amazing song. We were actually invited to the Ukrainian party last night, which was a lovely event. There will be a blog post coming up very soon about that. Jerry Kyle was there. There were some other Ukrainian performers, as well as some of this year's performers. We got a nice insight to some of the Ukrainian traditional dress styles, and it was a nice evening. Very, very nice evening indeed. Croatia, Anthony, you're saying yes, Croatia to win. I'd love Croatia to win. They've preempted it a little bit. They've got ahead of themselves because they have already booked out a venue for next year. So time will tell. Thanks for all the comments, by the way, coming across here on TikTok and of course on YouTube. Keep them coming. Anthony says, I don't get Switzerland, and it's the only song I'd be unhappy about winning this year. Yeah, it's really fallen down the odds, hasn't it? Emmington was saying, I really thought the Netherlands would do pretty well. I thought that too. The staging has really, really, really let down. Robbie, my annual rehearsal shock. Thanks, Felix, by the way. My annual rehearsal shock was Checha. Wasn't fussed by it, but now I love it. Oh, interesting. Orgard says, I could see Italy winning. We're going to talk about Italy very shortly. Not so sure. Not so sure. Right, so that's UK pretty much done and dusted there. Moving on then to host nation, Sweden. Sweden looks amazing. They are doing a fantastic job. They've elevated the stage, they've made it bigger. It's interesting because I have all these photographs right just before before Marcus and Martinez, and similar look actually, the white backdrop. Obviously the dancing is very slick with Marcus and Martinez. The camera shots are on point, but so is Ollie's. And I would love to see Sweden come top 5. I think opening has been a bit of a death knell to them, but you never know. You never know. But I think the Swedes, SVT, would be happy enough with a top 10 finish. Could France sneak in? Maybe. I think any one of 10 could win, realistically. Jury winning, potentially. Have I missed Zora? Zora has, I think Zora has gone up today. It actually has, Robbie. Which I love when I'll be chatting about them in a little second. Keane says, just realised it's meant to be a share room in the UK staging. Yes, it is. It's like a locker room, isn't it? Keane says, I was hoping for Sweden staging. They'd use the cubes above the stage with the walls, yeah, lowering the cubes down all the way, yeah. It was purpose-built, that stage, for them, wasn't it, really? It should have been Maurice here. Yeah, I like Marcus and Martinez. I think their song's a good one. Hera Bjork for the win. We actually saw Hera Bjork earlier on today, as she was having her sound check at Malmohagen. I didn't get speaking to her because I realized she was quite busy with the sound check. I didn't want to disturb her, but yeah, she was dressed all in white and she looked, yeah, she's ready. She's ready. She's ready. And to be fair to her, Bjork, she has gone to pretty much all of the parties out there, pre-parties, and she's definitely out there for a good time. Edmonton says, I really like France, had been so underrated, but is starting to gather steam. I think it was underrated potentially because it was revealed to us so soon, so early. It wasn't even Christmas whenever we heard the French song. And there was a lot of attention around it then, just before Christmas, but then as time has gone on, more songs are out. It's diluted somewhat. We talk about it less, so it's gone off the radar somewhat. But certainly, it feels like it's getting momentum again. Orgard says Ireland has a great position in running order, being surrounded by poppy dance numbers and ballads. Yeah, potentially. Robbie says, I adore Iceland, but appreciate she's unlikely to qualify. Yeah, I think it's going to be an uphill battle, shall I say. Anthony says, I hated it when I first heard it on the Late Late Show, but now love it. Interesting. Lurkin says, Moldova and San Marino shock qualifiers. Well, do you know what? I don't think anything will shock me this year. That's the God's honest truth, because it's so open. Kieran over on YouTube says, Mid Street 2025. We'll see. Right. What's next? So up next is, yeah, there's another clip of Marcus and Martinez. A lovely black backdrop and the greens. Very sort of gaming kind of look to that. Looks class. Robbie says, I'd keel over if Moldova qualify. Sorry, not sorry. Edmonton says, I was the same, was rooting for Elsha, but Bambi is the best choice. I think, having been in the studio, Bambi was definitely the right choice and the right step change that RTE and Ireland had to make following what's gone before. But what I love this year about Ireland is that we're talking about Ireland already is as qualifying rather than will they qualify, borderline, will they get the 10th spot? So we're very confident about that. Absolutely, it's Ireland's best chance in years, 100%. Bombi, definitely best choice, yeah. Anthony says it's all about staging, and I think she must have taken creative control away from RT. Yeah, I think they have definitely taken control of the staging. Okay, so let's move on. Thanks, Remington. Thank you very much. You're very welcome here. If you've just joined me and us here at Eurovision 365, this is Podrick. I'm Podrick. I am live, and you are live on YouTube, Facebook, and on TikTok. So yes, I am here. I'm just behind the pictures, in case you're wondering. So I'm going to move on. I've covered UK, Sweden. Now I'm going to look at Germany. So Germany, not much to say about Germany. I'm going to be honest with you. It's pretty much the same as like what's gone before. I would say that Isaac has a very, very strong voice, very assured, very accomplished voice, but I think that's about it. How is Malmo? Malmo is awesome, awesome. We're actually staying in Copenhagen, but whenever I say staying, we're sleeping here and that's it. We're spending the rest of the time in Malmo all the time, and yeah, having the best time. The weather, actually, as you can probably tell from my very sunburnt looking face, has been has been great. It's been great. Today has been a little bit overcast, though I've got to say it's a bit more overcast, but honestly, it's great. There's a lot more people about now, as you'd expect. We arrived last Saturday. Can't believe we're here a week already. Doesn't feel like a week, but we're here a week and having the best time. And as I said, there's more and more people. A lot of Irish were over today as well. Yeah, it's awesome. I think you're talking about Germany here, Anthony. He looks like he can't be arsed on stage. Yeah, I don't know. He was Isaac drawn to be in the first half. Will he go second? Will he do it to Germany again? It would be unkind, but wouldn't be, how shall I say, it wouldn't be unexpected if Germany would be drawn number 2. Alex says, did you get a look at the Eurovillage today? I didn't today. We didn't today. We spent the day in Copenhagen to start off with at Malmöhagen, and then went back into Malmo itself to the Emporia, where the fantastic wee blogs have been sort of having little meet and greets for fans of performers from this year. We went over there for a bit, so I didn't get to Eurovillage today. We have been every day since arriving. I know from some of the footage from the from the Eurovision Village, it's starting to take up to. There's a lot of people there at the moment, so it's going to get busier. Emerton says, just in case you're homesick, it hasn't stopped raining all day. Do you know what? I've been keeping in touch with people back home in the north, and all I'm hearing is it's raining. I'm like, well, I wish I could say the same where I'm at, but no, it's pretty nice, pretty nice. Are you going to the turquoise carpet? We're not going to the turquoise carpet. We've got some more events on tomorrow that we're going to. So we're not making that, unfortunately. Thanks for the follow, McFudge. Thank you very much. Let's see, bear with, because I've been talking a lot this last couple of days. Just check my audio is still good. Good. So while you're joining me on YouTube, Facebook, or TikTok, thanks so much for being here. This is Podrick. Hello. And this is Eurovision 365. Okay, Germany, not more to say all than what I have already. Good luck. And up next, it's Italy. Now, I've got to be honest with you. I absolutely adored Angelina when she was selected. Now, I know some fans preferred another performer, but I was really happy with Lanoya being selected, and I loved her performance at the national final, Sanremo. But I'm not loving what I've seen in rehearsals. I'm just not. Let's see. Who do you think will win? Could they sneak it, Italy? I'm not sure. I think the jury will like Italy. I think they'll like Angelina. I think she's a very accomplished performer. I'm just not loving the stage, and I don't know why. I think I preferred it more when Angelina was on her own. Now I understand the reason that she's brought in extra dancers is probably because the stage is so big compared to the Sanremo stage, but I'm not blown away by it. I'm really not. And I will hasten. I do want to hasten that. It is 30 seconds plus 20 seconds that we've seen. So it's maybe a little bit harsh to judge that from the footage that we've seen so far. And maybe I should wait until I see the full 3 minutes. But no, I'm not loving it. Let me see. There's lots of comments coming here. Sorry. So Anthony says over here on TikTok, it's going to be something like jury second, tie vote fourth, and win. Maybe. Emmington, when you have a moment, let us know about Lithuania. I will indeed. Lurkin Smirkin says she is magnetic, and I'm sure with a crowd will pull their energy. Yeah, of course. AK, thanks for following. Thanks very much. It's unlimited. Okay. Kieran says about Moldova, actually talking about Moldova here. Moldova is giving me we are 1-5s of not qualifying. Yeah, possibly. Possibly you could be right. So I just want to let you know I'm still here on YouTube. There's been a lot of photographs there. I'm going to go back to them now very shortly on my rundown of today's. Owen Madden, do you have good Eurovision knowledge? I'm not sure. Maybe. I would like to say I do. I've been a fan of the Eurovision since 1994. 30 years ago was the first time I watched the contest from start to finish, and I've been hooked ever since. Yeah, do you have good Eurovision knowledge, Owen? Anyway, wherever you're watching this from, you're very welcome. YouTube, Facebook, and here on TikTok. Amington, you asked me about 93 was Mill Street, Cork. Your first Eurovision was 97. That's interesting. So that's not too far. It was Katrina and the Waves Day yesterday. I hope you knew that. 3rd of May. What got you into Eurovision? Asked Kieran. Do you know what it was, Kieran? I love music, play music, and I just love the fact that it was something with live music at the time, bringing all these different countries together, and I just fell in love with it. I think it's fantastic. Well, you do have a good knowledge. Well, that was just one question. Lurkin Smirkin asks, come to the Eurovision parties in Glasgow sometime. Yeah, of course. Where's the invite? I'll go. Anthony, you're a French teacher because you loved it. You saw me at the meet and greet. When? Today? Did you see me today, Mana? Have you ever been to Mill Street? I have actually been to Mill Street. It was a job I used to work at, and I had to travel there. And it was actually the event I was at was in the Mill Street, the Green Glens Arena. So I was like the only person there who was really excited at being in Mill Street. Everybody else was a bit tired, but I was like, woo, woo, woo. Anyway, Eduardo, welcome today. Oh my goodness, it's great to. I hope I said hello to you. If not, hello. It's the smallest host city. How big is it, or town? I actually think Harrogate was maybe smaller than. Oh no, it wouldn't have been. Harrogate was one of the smaller ones, but Mill Street maybe was one of the smallest, and Harrogate in 1982 would have been another one. Hi Chloe. I didn't realize it was you till after, but sure, if you see me out about again, as you will, I'm sure. Make sure to say hello and let me know. OS Harrogate. I know. OA Harrogate. Emmington, you asked me what seems like an hour ago for you, I'm sure, about Lithuania. Lithuania is delivering. Sylvester Belt is delivering I would say every single time he takes the stage, he sounds good, he looks good. I love the way they have really enhanced the red colours, the depth of that colour, really focused on the dancers. The dancers look really cool as well. He is going to be performing, of course, third at semi-final 1, which is a good spot, I think, for him, coming before Bambi. I think he's going to do really well. I love him. I love him. He's a lovely person. I don't know if you'd actually checked out the interview I had with Sylvester Belt Amington. I'm sure you have, but if not, check it out. It's one of my favorites this year. Yeah. Only thing I would say about Lithuania, if I'm being honest, is I think it's a bit repetitive until it gets to that big moment where he does the dance and he's so cool. We love Sylvester Belt here at Eurovision 365. Lurkin Smirkin, I love Lithuania, but I'm scared they get Joker out of it with the tie vote. Maybe there's so many. There's going to be such a split of votes this year, I think. So I don't know. Dustin got me into Eurovision, says Kieran. Good man yourself. Why not? Why not? Will Slovenia get through? I hope they do. She's very powerful live. We actually saw Raven last night again, so we did at the Ukrainian party. She's brilliant. For a commentator like yourself, oh, thank you very much. I've been elevated as a commentator. Thank you. A wide open year is such a good thing. Yeah, I think so. I think so. The last time I would say it's been so wide open was probably 2011, 2016 maybe. Where again with those years, something that maybe wasn't really talked about, but among the mix a little bit, got through and won. So yeah, La Noia for Italy. Italy have been given producer's choice, so she could be placed anywhere. And then we have France, of course. France have been drawn second half, and no one looked happier than Slimane when he was he pulled out that second half. I think from what I've heard today, I think they've enhanced the music a little bit, the melody a little bit. Sounds like they've added a bit more of the harp to it, which I love. By the way, harp is my one of my favorite instruments. So I was very, very happy to hear that. Slimane's dressed all white, looks fantastic. The black backdrop, and he still stands away from the microphone, which is quite cool, but it's a little bit cocky as well, if I'm being honest with you. But at that being said, he has a most magnificent voice, and for me, the best vocalist this year, for sure. But I find it a bit boring, if I'm being honest, a bit melancholy. So I'm not loving that. Thanks for the follow. Exciting times. Did you go to Eurovillage? We've been to Eurovillage every day since we've arrived last Saturday, but we didn't get today, and it's unlikely we will get today because we're going to be in the media centre and around the contest from Monday. So that's where I and we will be based from Monday. So we'll bring you all what's happening, all the buzz, all the excitement. So keep with Eurovision 365. Of course, I'm on. If you want to subscribe to YouTube, Eurovision 365, I will not complain about that. Please do. And of course, we're on Facebook, and we have a website, Eurovision365.com. French organs, who could have thought? But no ballads, so a standout. Yeah, I think the other ballad that was standout would be Israel, of course, which is a very powerful song as well. Please give Pour Down Praise a shout out. There you go. There you go. That's it. It's done. I do love Israel. It's very, very good. Alan says it will all depend on the audience reaction this year and the energy in the arena. Absolutely. I think the audience is going to be very excited from word go, because I'm talking about final here, because obviously the host nation is going to start the whole thing. So it's the fever pitch. It's going to be fever pitch from the word go. This has been great, but I really need to get out of the bath now. Yeah, I don't want to have cold water, do you? Have a great night. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us here tonight, and hope to see you again. Lurking, smirking. Kieran says, Bombi not going tomorrow. I would think, do you mean the turquoise carpet? Depending on how well they are. We'll see, but they may not. Okay, now who to round up with? So who's next on here? We have Zora Nebulossa. Can I just say, I love Nebulossa. I love Mari, I love Mark, and I just love everything about them. Lee Saunderson says, after seeing the rehearsal for the UK, I'm positive we'll get a good result. Yeah, I'm positive you will too, 100%. Yeah, but Zora, reds and golds, it's very eye-catching. It's very memorable. Red and gold is a good mix of color scheme on the Eurovision stage. It's very poppy, and I think it will stand out. And lots of fireworks, lots of camp, I would say. Oh, thanks very much. Thanks very much for saying that. That's very kind of you, TWM Jones. I appreciate that. And I love everything about Nebulossa. They have been given producer's choice as well. So that could be anywhere in the running order. It could be first half, it could be second half. Some people were saying today it would be a good song to end the contest, but Spain ended the contest in 2019. And to be fair, when you close the show, it's not always the best position. So it's not. But we'll see. I want to finish this with a picture of me and Nebulossa from today's wee event at the Emporia, which is opposite, just adjacent actually to the arena, Malmo Arena. And you'll see a short of me with the twosome who I love, Nebulossa, Mari and Mark. Just about meeting them again, and I love everything about them. Everything. So, my friends, this is the end of tonight's live. I'm going to go off now. Going to be back a lot next week. As I said, we'll be in the media centre from Monday onwards, so expect lots of lives throughout the day, predictions, suggestions, energy, feels, all those things. I look forward to sharing the journey with you, and I hope to see you there. Now, McGee says, is it okay to say that I'm a bit concerned about the originality of the interval act? Of course it is. Of course it's okay to say that. Thank you for making my Saturday night. Thank you for being here and making my and our Saturday night. Thanks again. Get a good rest before the busy week ahead. This week ahead, starting from tomorrow, is going to be gone before you know it. So I want to savor it. Thanks for the likes, people. Thanks for the shares. Thanks for being here, and I will see you. Well, I'm going to see you very soon. Well, I'm going to see you about this time tomorrow night and all the way through next week. My friends, it's going to be epic. Chat to you soon, though. Adios. Good night. Bye-bye.